and women filled those seats. And when women are doing graduate work in history, like every other category of person who's done graduate work, you tend to study your own field. So women wrote about women. And they began to create some methodology about women, and one was to think about timelines. We have all learned the American history timeline, from the colonial period to the federal period to the Constitution to the antebellum America to the Reconstruction, industrialization, immigration, the 20s, the 30s. That's our timeline, and it's dominated, not unsurprisingly, by presidents and generals and economic leaders. And that's what we all learned. And I believe most textbooks today are still divided in that way. The 19th Amendment doubled the size of the voting population and franchised 26 million women. And you rarely get a chapter devoted to suffrage, and you always get a chapter about Jacksonian democracy. So the blue timeline marks events on your standard American timeline. A pink timeline suggests that all those blue events impacted women's lives, but there were other events, for example, the invention of the baby bottle nursing nipple, or the tin can, or the sewing machine, or the refrigerator, that made women's lives enormously better. That wars, many wars on the blue timeline, affecting men and women differently. Wars are devastating for everybody, men and women, but they are opportunities of great economic advancement for women. They get to go into jobs that were forbidden to them. In the Civil War, they become secretaries. In the First World War, a short war, but they got to be elevator operators and bus drivers. And of course, all those Rosie the Riveters filling up the factories during the Second World War.
Right.
You know very well that the women's participation in the American workforce has not declined since 1947. Well, so those events are on the pink timeline.
Listen, you're going to have to come back, because I would love to continue our conversation. My grandmother was a Rosie the Riveter, so I definitely feel, and I apologize for saying women blaming themselves, because I've gotten a lot of social media feedback on that. I didn't necessarily mean it that way, but I do wonder.
Now, and I responded too sharply. So
No, you should. Come back, please. Good luck with the book, and I hope we can continue this. Betsy Griffiths, great to have you here. Formidable is her book, American Women and the Fight for Equality.
All right, right now let's head down to Washington, D.C. World and national news with Nancy Lyons.
Thanks, Paul. New details are coming to light with the release of a heavily redacted affidavit used to justify the FBI's search of Mar-a-Lago. Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson tells Bloomberg much of the document is blacked out.
The front half of the affidavit, where we have more information about the statutes, we have more information about the negotiations between the National Archives and the Department of Justice and former President Trump and his attorneys. That's all open. But then everything else leading into really the maybe more juicy, quote-unquote, parts about probable cause and why it existed, that is all blacked out, and I would say for good reason.
Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson spoke with David Weston on Bloomberg Balance of Power. The Justice Department found 184 classified documents in 14 of 15 returned boxes. Moderna is suing its biggest rivals in the COVID-19 vaccine market. The drug maker has filed patent infringement lawsuits against Pfizer and BioNTech in the U.S. and Germany, accusing the two of violating patents protecting key elements of Moderna's messenger RNA technology. Moderna is not asking the courts to pull the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine from the market or to block future sales. The company is seeking damages for the period starting March 8th of this year. LastPass, a password manager used by more than 33 million people around the world, says a hacker recently broke into its systems and stole source code and proprietary information. Global news 24 hours a day, on air and on Bloomberg Quick Take, powered by more than 2,700 journalists and analysts in more than 120 countries.
All right, Nancy Lyons, thank you so much. And Nancy Lyons, thank you for making us ask about pink and blue timelines. Paul has been so fun.
I've never heard that term before, but it makes so much sense.
Right?
I want to bring her back and learn more. Well, I will read the book this weekend, and I'm sure I'll learn a lot there.
Will you read it this weekend?
I am.
Will you get through the whole thing? It's a lot.
No. This is a real book. Yeah, I'm going to take my time on this one.
So you think about, like, during the pandemic and George Floyd and, like, how much of Black history has been written by not Black individuals, but I feel like we're just getting, I think about Black Wall Street, what we learned about, Oklahoma, and so much that growing up in my history,
Exactly right.
learned none of that.
I know, and that's why it goes to the local school boards who get the, I don't know, that's a political
I
issue.
know.
Crazy,
Sorry,
but-
I'm just like going down a rabbit hole right now. Should we talk golf? Because
Let's
we are
talk golf.
thinking about the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, here's a story. It's from the New York Times. The Ymca Team Series Women event. Now, that's separate from the Live Golf Tour that upended the PGA
Wait, did
Tour.
I hear you say Aramco?
Aramco.
Okay,
It's
just
called the
checking.
Aramco. Is that, did I do that right?
Yeah,
I
you
it right.
did. No.
All right, it's going to be held
Maybe
at...
it's Saudi related, right?
Yes, I do. Very much so. Big market cap. Will be held at Trump Links at Ferry Point in the Bronx in October. New York City-owned golf course managed by former President Donald Trump's family business. And it's expected to host a Saudi Arabia-backed tournament in October. A city official confirmed on Thursday. And Trump's golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey, did host a live golf event, which is the men's. This is the women's team series, so a little bit different, but still kind of part of Saudi Aramco's embrace of the golfing industry.
Well, and it's Saudi Arabia, right? Really looking to kind of redefine itself,
Sure.
have a role in professional golf, their new league, right? Their Live Golf,
Yep.
which has created, we heard a lot of skepticism from the society at large and certainly out of Washington. But it is interesting to see that this is going forward.
It is, and it's on the men's side. It's really upended the industry. I mean, there's still it'll take years for this to play out, but really interesting stuff. And President Trump's courses are right involved. Bloomberg Radio is available wherever you are. You can listen on Bloomberg Business, iHeart, and TuneIn apps, as well as on SiriusXM, Bloomberg.com, and on the Bloomberg terminal by typing RADI, Hey, I'm Paul Sweeney. Please join us for Bloomberg Intelligence. Each week, we will give you in-depth research and data on some of the 2,000 companies and 130 industries we cover around the world. This week, we'll talk about the consumer staples sector with some big shakeups be on the horizon, plus the European energy crisis, why heat waves and dry spells are pushing gas prices even higher.
Bloomberg Intelligence with Alex Steele and Paul Sweeney. Saturday at noon on Bloomberg 1130, the Bloomberg Business app, and BloombergRadio.com.
At Bloomberg, we believe in the power of ideas. That's why we launched Bloomberg New Economy Catalyst. It's a community of global leaders and innovators who are blazing new trails to transform business and government. This platform will help them share their ideas with the world and provide access to the resources they need to bring them to life. Bold thinking, breakthrough action. Learn more at BloombergNewEconomy.com/catalyst.
This is Ben Stiller, Goodwill Ambassador for UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency. Your help is needed now.